Now we come to the second important law of vector addition, and that is called polygon law. As the name suggests, it's a construction regarding polygon which contains 4 or more sides. If a number of vectors are represented in magnitude and direction by the sides of an open polygon, that's important, taken in the same order, the closing side of the polygon taken in reverse order will represent the resultant of these vectors in magnitude and direction. So here I note 2 things. First of all, I have noticed this word open polygon. And then the closing side. So we have to close this polygon. So it's reminder of a triangle law done some time back. The only difference being triangle contains 3 sides in total. A polygon may contain any number of sides. Otherwise, construction must be similar. Let's start it. So what we do first is that we consider a few sides representing the different vectors. This is the first side of a polygon representing a vector in magnitude and direction. I shall give the namings after some time. Then since they all have to be in the same order, it means the first one's head and second one's tail must coincide. That is the second combining vector. And then go for the third combining vector. The rule is same. You just make the previous one's head coinciding with the next one's tail. That is the meaning of being in same order. And we are going, as you can see, in the anti-clockwise sense here. So AB, BC, CD, third one. Let me add one more. But we are mindful to see that we don't close this polygon. It already has got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and I shall now name them. Let me call the first one as the vector AB, which might be also called by a single letter, that is the vector P. Okay. Second one was BC side, the side was BC, representing the vector Q. Third one is CD, the third side of polygon, representing, I'm calling it S. I omit the letter R because R usually is used to represent the resultant of a few vectors. And similarly, the fourth side of this open polygon is DE, which represents a vector T, say. With this construction, let me read once again what they have said. If a number of vectors are represented in magnitude and direction, so each of these sides, you can see AB, the length of AB represents magnitude of P vector. Direction of AB, direction of P coinciding. Similarly, the length BC, CD, D, they represent magnitudes of Q, S and T, and the directions BC, CD, D represent the corresponding directions of Q, S and T. And they have formed till now an open polygon in the same order that I already ensured by making sure a previous vector's head must coincide with the next vector's tail, and that we proceeded. The closing side of the polygon taken in reverse order. Closing side must be this. But reverse order means it's not EA. You tend to say AB, BC, CD, D, EA. But you don't say that. Closing side in reverse order, that's once again an important term. And I must draw attention to that. In reverse order will represent the resultant of these vectors in magnitude and direction. So what they mean is that we just go for the reversal of the order, and I'll also accordingly change my ink color, and see I am doing this. This is EAI join, but I point the arrowhead like this. Opposite order was that. So I have said AB plus BC plus CD plus D must be added up to AE. That is the closing side of the polygon ABCDE, where the 4 combining vectors represented by 4 sides in order, but the resultant by the 5th side, closing side, in the opposite order. That is the meaning of polygon law. So let me call this as the resultant. So the symbol R is just reserved for it, that I call R like that, and we could write down that in the polygon A, B, C, D, E. What the law says is this, that AB plus BC, these are the sides with the arrow caps, which mean they are representing vectors actually in magnitude and direction, plus CD plus DE. These four sides taken in same order must be equal to the fifth closing side in reverse order. So it's AE. Using symbolic form like P, Q, S like that, I could write down here. It shows P vector. This is vector summation, not arithmetic. Its own rules. P plus Q plus S plus T. They together give the resultant that is called R. So you see that resultant means a vector whose effect on a body is the same as the total effect by all the combining vectors. These are called combining vectors, called resultant. Resultant alone has the same effect as all the combining vectors produced together. That is the meaning of resultant and vector sum, whatever you call it that way. So question number is rather in my hand. I just am sure, but let me call it 2 here. I'll just call this portion as equation number 2, and because that depicts the polygon law in mathematical form. And I might just go to see how we can derive this equation incidentally for the polygon law from applying triangle law, learned some time back. Let's do this now. What you require to do for this is that I just need to join A with the diagonals. Let me draw. AC is the diagonal. As you can see, I have drawn 2 diagonals here, AC and AD. And then the polygon is broken down into 3 parts. There are 3 triangles, ABC, ACD and ADE. What are the results we can obtain from them? We have been trying to derive, for information, we're trying to derive this equation number 2 with the help of the triangle law learned some time back. For that, first of all, we have joined these points AC and AD to break the polygon, in this case is pentagon, containing 5 sides into 3 triangles. So here we go. In the triangle ABC, we could write AB plus BC. They are taken in the same order. By triangle law, they must be equal to AC. So I'm just calling it, yes, giving an arrow cap, and that is my AC by the triangle law. And then I go for the next triangle, that is ACD. Again, we apply the same triangle law. I can see AC plus CD. AC plus CD must be AD. So again, I'll give this arrow cap, yes, and write accordingly that AC plus CD is equal to AD. Fine. We go for the third triangle, that is ADE. An ADE triangle, once again we could see by applying triangle law again, I could write down AD vector plus DE vector. They are giving me the third side in reverse order, that is AE. That is AE. So we have to add these things now. When you go for the addition, I can see here that AC, this AC on left hand side and this AC on right hand side, they will cancel out. Similarly, CD, just a moment, this AD and this AD cancel out. Let's see what I get. I could cancel out, when you add up, right hand term AC and left hand term AC, because you just add them up. Similarly, diagonally, AD on right hand side and AD on left hand side, in the next step they cancel out. So what we're getting is this. We are getting AB, just see carefully, plus BC plus CD and then DE. Yes, we have got all the 4 sides, AB, BC, CD, D, the combining vectors. given in green ink, and they have appeared on the left hand side, and well, on the right hand side I am just left with AE only. So that is what the polygon law was. I have got that result earlier, but derivation was done just now with the help of triangle applied 3 times in the 3 triangles of which the polygon is made. So we have proved polygon law with the help of triangle law here, and for the sake of completeness, I might write down what these diagonal vectors represent. AC represents AB plus BC. That means AC is nothing but P plus Q. And then if you go here, AC plus CD gives you AD. So once again, AD is P plus Q plus S. And then you have joined AD and D, so you get P plus Q plus S plus T, that is R. That is obvious. This is the result. We also have found out then not only the sides of the polygon, what they mean, but also the 2 diagonals they have drawn in white ink, and they mean actually the summation of some components as we have seen here on the screen.
Hello students, you got a glimpse of our video lessons through this small lecture. We have hundreds of lectures like this one covering various topics of advanced school level and intermediate physics in our website. They are exhaustive and often accompanied by elaborate diagrams to make concepts even clearer. They are taught with passion and sometimes with a bit of fun. So, at the end of the lesson, you have a commanding grip on the subject and you are ready for the board and competitive exams. Subscribe at physicsacademyonline.com to access video lectures of highest standard on various topics of physics.